What's up, you guys? It's Steve here. And what if I told you that a member of the Senate could flip parties? That would be huge. That would be massive for legislation, the reconciliation process, stimulus checks, everything that is happening right now. That would be massive because right now in the Senate, we have 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans, and literally there is so much power in that structure that one person can change everything, as we've seen, and one person flipping parties could just absolutely shift everything. Well, you guys, we're getting word that this potentially could be happening. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, you guys, I think a lot of people think of Joe Manchin when they think of people in the Senate kind of flipping parties, because as you know, reconciliation, Build Back Better, Inflation Reduction Act, stimulus checks, child tax credits, Social Security increases, all of these things of the past, a lot of them did not happen or were impacted directly by Joe Manchin and his decisions. Well, you guys, there's somebody else. Take a look at this. McConnell cozies up to Sinema ahead of the new Congress. That's right, Kyrsten Sinema, that moderate Democrat in the Senate. She is also being taken into consideration. Take a look at this. Mitch McConnell, Democrats, they need more moderates like Kyrsten Sinema. Kyrsten Sinema embraces her role as Republicans' favorite Democrat, and Kyrsten Sinema to switch parties after 2024 election. Bannon predicts, they're predicting that right now she is cozying up, they're saying, with the Republicans so much that they think it is very possible that she could switch from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party, making it a 51-49 Senate dynamic. But we're also going to be seeing what happens in these midterm elections, as we're hearing that it is very possible that the Senate could flip to the Republican Party. Now, we're also hearing that Democrats might maintain it. They're saying it's more likely Republicans will take the House. But you guys, this could change everything very quickly. I've got video footage, but first, let's take a look at this. Steve Bannon, the ex-advisor of former President Donald Trump, predicted Thursday that Senator Kyrsten Sinema, a Democrat from Arizona, will change her political affiliation following the 2024 elections. Bannon's comments came after Sinema attended an event with Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell earlier this week, during which she praised the GOP senator from Kentucky and highlighted their friendship. And I'm going to share with you this video footage so you can see it for yourself. And let me know your thoughts. A lot of people say she is, registered as a Democrat, but has a lot more conservative and Republican perspectives. Louisville's McConnell Center on Monday, the Kentucky Republican called the moderate Democrat, who had blocked some of her party's legislative priorities, the most effective first-term senator I've seen in my time in the Senate. Wow. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. Now, also, taking into consideration the conservative perspectives, what does this mean for stimulus, legislation, reconciliation? Well, it means a lot. There's a lot of implications behind this. If there was even another Democratic seat that was taken, but you have two sitting moderate Democrats that are not on board with legislation, they literally could block so much from happening that the Democratic Party agenda might want to see. So this could be huge, you guys. And if she officially switched, man, that would be massive. So let's take a look at the video footage. Let me know your thoughts. Now, we're going to be seeing, because right now midterm elections are upon us, and we've had promises from progressive Democrats in the House and in the Senate saying they're going to be bringing back Social Security increases of $200 per month, child tax credits, all of these different provisions they want to pass through legislation. A reconciliation bill is now at their disposal once again with the new fiscal year, but if everybody in the party, in the Senate, is not on board, it could mute the reconciliation bill. It could cause it not to go through. They have to have the majority. And we will see, you guys, because there's a lot unfolding. We're about a month away from these midterm elections. And also, we're going to be seeing if the president, if he can't pass things through legislation, if he can't pass his agenda through reconciliation, if he will use executive actions to get things done. We will see. I will keep you up to date. But you guys, let's take a look at this video footage so you can see it for yourself. And I will link all of these articles in the description below so you can read them if you'd like. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor, smash the like button if you appreciate the updates. Hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. I'll keep you up to speed on Congress, legislation, stimulus, the economy. All of these are tied together and everything is circling around the midterm elections right now. Any specific questions for me, hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3. Don't fall for any scammers. Here on YouTube, they take my picture, they put like contact me on WhatsApp, and they ask you to wire them money or something like that. Not me, you guys. Don't fall for that. Instagram at SteveRam3, and also second channel, Steve Ram Finance. More content coming out. Wanted to get a video up yesterday, but didn't finish editing in time. So gonna get that up today or tomorrow for you guys. And also a comprehensive list of every stimulus check in the nation for states, cities, counties, all in one place. Literally spent 3 months every single day, sometimes working throughout the night to assemble this for you guys at www.reliefroadmap.com. Poured in tons of time, energy, money into it. So there's just a small fee to try to recoup some of the costs. Less than $10. You can pick your price. And if not, no worries. I'm just going to keep you guys up to date here on the channel as well. But that is going to be a all comprehensive one access location if you're interested, you guys. But with that being said, let's take a look at this video footage so you can hear it for yourself. They're saying cozying up Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and Kyrsten Sinema, who they believe might be flipping here very soon. And that could change the dynamics of everything. Let's go ahead and take a look.
I have the privilege of introducing the senior senator from Arizona. I've only known Kyrsten for 4 years, but she is, in my view, and I've told her this before, the most effective first-term senator I've seen in my time in the Senate. Every single thing that we've been able to work together on, now we've got some very big differences, as you know, but every single thing that we've had an opportunity to work together on, she's been a leader of and involved in and is extraordinarily effective. It took one hell of a lot of guts for Kyrsten Sinema to stand up and say, I'm not going to break the institution in order to achieve a short-term goal. And in the end, only just two of the 50 Democratic senators were willing to protect the institution itself against sort of the mob, which in many ways dominates the Democratic Party these days, in my view. So I can't tell you how important she's been to the Senate as an institution as well, because if you break the institution, you've fundamentally changed the country. And I can tell you the institution might well have been broken, but for our guest today, it's my honor and pleasure to present Senator Kyrsten Sinema.
You know, in today's partisan Washington, it might shock some that a Democratic senator would consider the Republican leader of the Senate her friend, but back home in Arizona, we don't view life through a partisan lens. Arizonans understand that while we may not agree on every issue, we do share the same values. You know, Senator McConnell mentioned this in his opening remarks, and I mentioned it in my remarks as well. The danger of eliminating the 60-vote threshold is that the Senate becomes the House. And I remind everyone, I left the House and ran for the Senate for a reason. So the House passes legislation that represents the passions of the moment. And that's what it was designed to do when our forefathers created the House. They wanted a body that represented the passions of Americans at the moment. But they tend to be a little bit over-eager. So when Republicans are in control, they pass a little bit of crazy legislation. And when the Democrats are in control, they pass a little bit of crazy legislation. And the job of the Senate is to cool that passion. Because if we were to give in to that moment of wanting just what you want, the reversal that would come in a year or 2 years would not only be bad for the American body, it'd be bad for businesses, it'd be bad for state and local governments, and it'd be bad for us as Americans to think that we should always feed our short-term desires rather than thinking about the long term. So not only am I committed to the 60-vote threshold, I have an incredibly unpopular view. I actually think we should restore the 60-vote threshold for the areas in which it has been eliminated already. We should restore it. Yeah, not everyone likes that. Because it would make it harder. It would make it harder for us to confirm judges, and it would make it harder for us to confirm executive appointments in each administration. But I believe that if we did restore it, we would actually see more of that middle ground in all parts of our governance, which is what I believe our forefathers intended.
Let me know your thoughts, you guys. Do you think that Kyrsten Sinema should switch parties? Do you think that she should take on more of the Democratic perspective since she's a Democrat? Let me know what you think, but she outright confessed. She said, I know a lot of my political views, they are not very popular. And she actually said that they should make things even more difficult to pass things through the Senate because it's more long-term vision rather than just short-sighted responses. And she didn't get a lot of claps there either about making it more difficult to pass things through. So she said she's aware of the fact that this is not a popular perspective, but let me know if you agree or disagree with her on that. Do you think that she should stay Democrat, switch to those Democratic agenda items and support her party, or do you think that she should just flip over to the Republican Party? Let me know your thoughts, you guys, but very interesting. And like I said, this is huge for stimulus checks, legislation, reconciliation, all of this, because the dynamic of the Senate is a major determining factor in what's going to be happening. And right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic. There is a war going on the other side of the planet. We have got supply chain issues. Our economy is not looking good. The Federal Reserve said pain is on the way. There's a lot happening. And the dynamics of our Congress is going to be determining a lot of stuff here very soon. So with that being said, guys, this is pretty big. We will see what happens, and I'll keep you up to date every step of the way. But you guys, that is the latest. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far, you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. Instagram at SteveRam3 with any specific questions. Check out the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth, personal finance, and also www.reliefroadmap.com to get access to the comprehensive list of every stimulus check in the nation on every single level, all in one place. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.